Annique, a large part of your pioneering work in the field of allergies and the Rooibos herb was concerned with the skin and skin conditions, wasn't it?
Yes, eczema is a distressing condition which manifests itself usually in the first few months of life. From then on, it comes and goes intermittently, with 50% of the cases clearing up in the second year. Those that continue to suffer will usually have the eczema confined to areas around the joints, particularly the elbows and knees, and more rarely the ankles and wrists. This will continue for several years, with about 50% of these children eventually becoming asthma sufferers. It is now widely accepted that food allergies are largely responsible for this ailment. In babies, this is a milk allergy. Even mother's milk in breastfed babies has been known to bring on this condition. However, it is usually the change to substitutional feeds which heralds the onset of eczema, especially cow's milk.
So tell me, in the initial stages, where is eczema most likely to appear on the baby?
Usually, it first appears on the face, around the cheeks and forehead. It is characterized by a red, spotty, often weeping eruption. This soon spreads to other parts of the body, the neck, chest, arms and legs. In the later stages, eczema dries out, causing a scaly, itchy, thickened layer of skin. Often the skin swells and bursts open with moisture seeping through the cracks. Milk is a staple food of all young mammals, human babies being no exception. And as such, it is most disturbing when a milk allergy manifests itself in an infant. And this is why my Rooibos method is geared towards building up the baby's natural resistance so that eventually his system will be able to assimilate this most important of nutrients.
Annique, am I right in saying that your diet plan for allergic babies involves the removal of all potentially allergenic food substances from the diet?
Yes, the baby starts off the first 24 hours on pure Rooibos tea mixed with a small amount of brown sugar or honey or glucose. Countless mothers have reported that the effects are immediate and dramatic. The next 3 days, a weak mixture of soybean milk substitute and Rooibos is given, with the concentration of the soybean gradually increased thereafter. The baby very soon becomes symptom-free, allowing the introduction of other foods. And once the Rooibos diet has been in place for 3 months, it becomes possible to start reintroducing milk. This is done extremely slowly, starting off with only 1 drop of powdered milk mixture added to the last bottle feed of the day. And over a period of 2 weeks, this milk dosage is slowly built up to the extent that each feed consists of half milk, half soybean mix. Maintain this half-half formula for a further 2 weeks before cutting out the soybean completely. At the first sign of an adverse reaction, return to the half-half mixture. All babies with apparent milk allergies should eventually be able to take milk providing the diet is adhered to and the powdered milk is prepared with Rooibos.
The benefits of the Rooibos diet are many. Sleeping patterns improve, calmness becomes the order of the day. If there's crying, it's not of the same urgency as that preceding the Rooibos intervention. The baby is able to concentrate better on objects and people in his external environment. The unhealthy pallor is soon replaced by colour in the cheeks and ears. Frequent diarrhea and vomiting make weight gain extremely difficult in an allergic baby. The Rooibos diet very quickly reverses this trend, with noticeable gains being made in the short term. And most importantly, the baby radiates well-being and happiness, some for the first time since they were born. Normal babies also benefit from the Rooibos regime. It's especially good for runny tummies. Also, it's been proved conclusively that Rooibos is a wonderful aid to solving feeding problems, whether brought on by the presence of an allergy or not. A startling fact emerged during the early days of research. If eczema skin is rinsed off with Rooibos tea, the irritation of itchy, broken skin is relieved almost immediately. This discovery was directly responsible for the development of a range of baby care products for external use, all built around concentrated extracts of Rooibos. If the baby is twitching, tossing and turning, you can be fairly certain that her skin is itching. A giveaway sign is the little arms which flail about haphazardly, not quite sure what to do about the unseen assailant. Change her bath soap to the Rooibos Moisture Soap Bar, and all the tossing and turning will soon become a thing of the past. Cradle cap is easily treated and prevented with Rooibos baby shampoo. After bathing her, press gently to dry. Rubbing will only aggravate sensitive skin, possibly breaking the skin or causing it to come out in blisters. If the irritation persists during the day, special skin wipes impregnated with Rooibos may be used to bring relief. A bit of talcum is always welcome, as they say. Not so with sensitive babies. The Rooibos liquid talc will prevent sneezing and coughing. Dealing with nappy rashes is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with the Rooibos non-sticky skin soothing cream and a heavenly soft body lotion for day-long comfort.
Beware of the sun. Use baby sunblock for maximum protection. And thus the remarkable Rooibos herb has brought relief to literally thousands of unhappy infants and their desperate parents. Doctors freely admit that they rarely have the time to analyze a fretting baby's feeding problems on a day-to-day basis, and as a result, parents are generally left to stumble along as best they can. But now, thanks to Annique persistence, there is hope. A hope founded over 2 decades of research and a simple herb indigenous to the Cederberg Mountains. What is it about aging that sends barbs of abject terror through every person's heart? Perhaps being confronted with our own mortality is more than we should be able to contend with. And yet we are daily reminded of this through an obsession with the signs of our own physical deterioration. Oscar Wilde discovered that 35 was a very popular age to be. He came across many London society women who had, of their own free volition, remained at that age for years. But in the same breath, he called into question the integrity of women who reveal their age, saying, if they would tell one that, they'd tell one anything. Cable news network's Larry King recently interviewed a group of people who were convinced that human beings only die because it's the fashion. The fact that we are continually associating with other people who believe that sooner or later it's all over gives us no choice but to eventually follow suit.
Had Oscar Wilde's London Society women lived long enough, possibly they could have joined the Immortality Support Group and lived for eternity. However, for the rest of us mere mortals left to our own devices, it is sufficient to do what we can to stave off the ravages of Father Time.
The old alchemists were unremitting in their search to manufacture the elixir of life, probably heralding the beginnings of the health and beauty industry as we know it today. An industry which generates billions of dollars every year by producing more sophisticated gadgets, more advanced skin preparations, and a multitudinous array of cosmetic substances, all of which are geared towards satisfying our insatiable quest for lifelong health, youth, and beauty. This, in addition to the expensive appearance-altering surgical procedures undergone by tens of thousands of men and women each year who are either unhappy with their genetic predisposition or in an attempt to repair the casualties of natural aging.
Another phenomenon of this 20th century obsession with eternal youth is the proliferation of beauty salons and health spas frequented by victims of modern living desperately recuperating from the pernicious effects of the rat race. France alone boasts over 10,000 of these retreats where bodies and skins are pampered and brought into line with unceasing vigilance.
The cosmetics industry, which has long held court over fashionable women, essentially uses only 3 raw materials. Fats and oils form the base, while alcohol or water provide the liquid, and vegetable gums and emulsifiers hold the mixture together. Thereafter, variation is achieved by the addition of colors, perfumes, and preservatives to make the cosmetic last. Lipsticks are made from castor oil and waxes, which are melted down and mixed with dye or colored powder. Thereafter, the molten mixture is poured into molds, cooled, and placed into metal or plastic dispensers. Cosmetic chemists work in conjunction with physicians and dermatologists to ensure that their skin products will not damage skin or eyes or cause allergic reactions on application.
Today, most countries regulate the cosmetics industry, controlling the manufacture and sale of cosmetics and protecting the consumer. But whatever products, techniques, drugs and devices come onto the market, managing your lifestyle is and always will remain the key to maintaining your health and youth. That means taking responsibility for your body, caring for your skin, watching your stress levels, and eliminating deliberately destructive and life-threatening activities from your daily existence.
With a plethora of available information and easily accessible facilities, there is no longer any excuse for systematically abusing your physical assets. The competitive nature of the health and beauty industry has given rise to an explosion of personal consultants who are only too willing to call on you at your leisure. These are trained professionals with all the facts, figures and techniques at their fingertips, allowing you to sample all the latest products, analyze your skin, and answer your questions. Health and beauty consultants are specialists who can advise you on how to supplement your diet, at all times taking yours and your family's personal needs and circumstances into consideration. So avail yourself and take the first step along the road to health, youth, and a long, fulfilled life. If you're a goal-orientated person with time on your hands, you may like to consider becoming involved in the health and beauty industry. It's a profession which is rewarding, both in financial and personal terms. To get started in the beauty business, you need to select a range of products in which you have absolute confidence. Thereafter, training in the application of the products, together with instruction in sales and how to operate a small business, are vital. Product knowledge and professional demonstration routines are the tools of the successful beauty and skincare consultant.
Once training is completed, the next step is to acquire a fully equipped demonstration kit, which contains the entire range as well as all the accessories and additional selling aids. Towels, basins, facial cloths, sponges, mirrors, and the Annique before and after photographs are all part and parcel of the consultant's kit. Using the products yourself and literally radiating all the resulting benefits is the best way to convince other people that you're offering something of value. Why personal grooming and appearance is an important marketing tool. Organizational and planning abilities are the hallmarks of a directed and committed salesperson. Never proceed into a demonstration unless you have catered for all eventualities. Attention to detail and perfection will ensure a smooth and successful demonstration. With persistence and professionalism, your foray into the health and beauty business will pay enormous dividends. Whether you're a consumer or a consultant, remember Groucho Marx's observation that anyone can get old, you just have to live long enough. That no longer applies, of course. These days, anyone can stay young, you just have to live right.